What's up, y'all? I'm Drea, and today I'm making jambalaya. Now you might think, jambalaya healthy? How could that even be possible? I'm gonna show you how. It's all about how you do it and making sure that you understand a healthy lifestyle has to be real. And if it don't taste good, I'm not messing with it. Let me show you how that's done. Come on. You want it nice and brown, like variety of colors. Alright, y'all, so we're gonna put it together. Now, this is different than what your normal jambalaya assembly goes for, if that makes sense. Anyway, watch how I do it. Pay attention far as following the directions, because it really will make a difference in the way that it tastes. Those rich flavors that you're used to when you eat jambalaya, you're gonna have that. It's not gonna be sacrificed. But it's all about the technique. So what I'm gonna do is, right now I'm waiting for this pan to heat up, and it's pretty, it's good. So I'm gonna add some olive oil. And what I wanna do is I wanna make sure the pan is hot before adding the olive oil, okay? Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the onion and let that cook a little bit, bring out some of those flavors. Now what we really want to focus on is really cooking these ingredients down to really bring out the flavors, because we want that to infuse with the rice, and I'm telling you, you're gonna love this. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the bell pepper, and it's just a mixture of the yellow, orange, and red. You could add green if you want to, but I like the sweeter peppers. It also has celery in this mixture, and those take a little bit more time to break down. So we're gonna let those kind of kick it, stir those around. Now this recipe requires patience, okay? I'm not saying it's gonna take a long time. If you already have vegetables chopped up, your bell peppers, celery, onions, garlic already prepped, it'll be quick. But as far as the patience I'm talking about is, you're gonna make a sauce out of these peppers. So you really want them to break down and caramelize and just get a good color to them. They'll become extremely soft, and you want that. You'll see here in a minute. You're gonna like this. Cool. Let that kick it. So while this is doing its start sizzle, I just want to spread it out in the pan so that it can evenly cook. Okay, so you see that brown stuff on the bottom of the pan? That's called dripping. That's that good stuff right there. You want to go ahead and, pretty good right here. It's ready for that nice garlic. Now, I love garlic. It's actually good for you. It helps with inflammation. Which, the way that I cook, well, all these delicious flavors is full of nutrients, and it feeds your body in a way that rid you of inflammation. So man, shoot, who doesn't want that, right? Doesn't just get you results in the gym, takes care of your body so you're nice and strong and healthy, and you get to enjoy it. So I'm gonna go ahead and, now it's getting some good color to it, a little bit of a deeper brownness. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add my flavoring, so my spices. So I got chili powder. I like to be, happy with that. Remember, you could always add more, you can't take away. But the more spices, the better. And again, it's good for you, so shoot, can't go wrong. That's thyme. and then a bay leaf, a nice size one. It's a pretty strong flavor, so you don't need too much of that. I'm gonna go ahead and stir that, bring out those flavors, and then I'm gonna add chicken broth. Just a little bit to wetting it down. We'll break down those peppers a little bit more. So, bringing out those flavors. This is really simple. Even if you don't know how to cook, you can do this. Alright, cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the tomatoes. Now these are just some romaine tomatoes, or Roma tomatoes. Not romaine lettuce, but Roma tomatoes. And I just chopped them up and I'm adding those in, and those are gonna break down, kind of get stewy-like with the peppers. And that's just gonna add more body and flavor to these peppers. And when we add it to the rice, that's what's up. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and spread that through the pan so it can evenly break down and let it kick it. Now don't leave the kitchen, that's how you burn stuff. So let it kick it for a few minutes. Recipes in my blog is also down below. And then you'll wanna stir that here in a little bit, and got some more instructions, so stay tuned. Alright y'all, so a mini food processor or just a food processor works. The little guys are, I mean, they're very inexpensive, but you definitely want to do this. If you don't, it's just a little bit more chunky, but I like to break it down, and you'll see why, because it really just kind of flavors up the rice a little bit better, and we want some good body to the jambalaya, so this actually will provide that without having to put butter. I mean, if y'all know about jambalaya, it's got butter in it, right? And that's what's normally really bringing that rich flavor to it. So instead of us not having the butter, we're gonna have richness to it, I promise you that. But this provides that. All right, y'all, so we're gonna add it back to the pan. Make sure that's nice and warm. All right. So with the fresh herbs, this heat's gonna bring out those flavors. And you don't wanna add the fresh herbs in the beginning because you don't want them to burn. It's more towards the end that you wanna add those. You see how that sauce is just nice and creamy looking? That's what's up. So you wanna bring that to a little light boil, or just where there's some bubbles coming up, you know, heat that up. So y'all see that? Okay. So now what I want to do is, I have my chicken here, so I'm going to add some garlic to the chicken, flavor that up, mix that. Okay. Now I got this seasoning that I don't know if y'all know anything about it, but it's delicious. It's called Santa Maria. I want to add some of that. It's got like a smokiness to it. Add that to the chicken. Cool. Now, I'm gonna actually add that to my sauce. Mix that up a little bit. Go ahead and add that chicken in. Now, this is boneless, skinless chicken breast that I chopped up, and just, you know, nice sized pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that together so the juices and flavors of the peppers infuse with the chicken juice flavors up the peppers. And this is gonna be dynamite. You know, straight broke the mouth. All right, so chicken's looking like it's cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and stir that up. Cool. I'm gonna add just a little bit more broth. Alright, so this right here is looking pretty tasty. I'm ready to get down on this. Most definitely. Alright, I'm gonna let that kick it because I don't mess around with raw chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that kick it just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna show you what I do, how I add the rice. Now, something important, when you're measuring out your meat, make sure you go ahead, take that out. Once it's cooked, you can measure that out based on, you know, what your macros are. But if you're not really tripping on that, you could just add the rice straight to the pan and then you're good to go. But something I like to pay attention to is the carbs. You want to think of those as fiber. So I use a brown rice. You do what you want to do, but I promise you, you won't really taste the difference it being brown rice. Just it's more healthiest. So you go ahead and make that decision, but I'm using brown rice. Cool. I'm gonna add just a little bit more chili powder. Now, for it to be a little bit more spicy, you can add cayenne pepper, red pepper flake, whatever you prefer. My children, they don't really like spicy food, so I don't add that. I just add it to mine in my bowl when I prepare my plate. So, cool. Now, all I'm gonna do is break that down. Mix that together. Now you can add shrimp or whatever poultry, whatever meat you prefer. I don't do sausage because that's higher in the fat content of not really a good fat. And so if you can make your sausage, I say go for it, but you really don't need it. I just have chicken today, but like I said, you can add what you want to. Just remember, it's gonna change, you know, the dynamic of it. So it'll be a question if it's healthy or not, you know. But what I know is I'm cooking it in a way that it is healthy, so you can guarantee that. All right, y'all, now it's time to make the plate. And what I like to do is I'll add green onions on top, and then I do a Louisiana hot sauce, a red rooster is pretty much the same thing. And it's really just chiles, vinegar, and salt. So, you know, that's healthy too. That's right in accordance with your meal plan. So you can still get those results in the gym. Okay, some of that hot sauce. Now that's what I'm talking about. Cool. All right, y'all. Hey, you can get more, so subscribe, you know. The food that I'm providing, no one thinks that it's healthy, but it's the way that I do it. You want more? Check me out. Eating this delicious food, that's a real thing. Let me show you how that's done. Subscribe.